What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Pudgy Penguins today. PENGU. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. We're talking about this, and if you saw the live stream yesterday, you probably know what we're expecting out of this move here. But we're talking about this because I think we have a very obvious five-legged pattern here going on, an impulsive wave count. Impulse waves, for those of you that don't know, it's Elliott wave theory. It's a form of technical analysis. Elliott wave, impulse wave right here. So what this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves of, or I guess 3 waves of impulse to the upside, 2 waves of correction, right? Waves 1, 3, and 5 all move up. Waves 2 and 4 are the corrections within this movement, okay? And if we're drawing this kind of schematic here from a low, I believe we've got a 1 here. Oh, come on now. And depending on where this ends, it could have been that first little impulse. Like maybe it ended back here. I don't know, but I'm not the most experted person with Elliott wave theory. But if you use Fibonacci ratios, you know, Elliott wave theory is kind of a thing that's an extension of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I think we're on our 5th leg now. Okay, I don't know everything, but I do know some things, right? Like what I do know is that typically wave 1 is the smallest wave of the impulsive waves up. Okay, so and it's called impulse because whenever you move up, I'm pretty sure the reason why is because you move up at a very fast rate, right? So this 5th leg should move up at a pace similar to this, okay? Wave 1 typically is the smallest of the impulses. Wave 3 is typically the biggest, okay? Which means wave 5 is either going to be as big as wave 1 or bigger, but probably not as big as wave 3, okay? And that's very nice to know because with that, we have some expectations that we can draw, okay? If wave 1, and let's just see here, I was looking at this, there's one, where is it? Is this, so it looks like that. Why do I even have this extended then? If we're looking at this from a low to a high, I'm just going to double click this. I will never have the extensions on it again because I already have an extension line. That's the first move, okay? So we presume, again, based on this 5-wave theory, that this next move, wave 5, will be bigger than this, okay? But also smaller than this move here, from a low to a high, and I need to be very specific with it, okay? I want to get that low on the dot. Hold on. You want me to open that for you?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. She's like, I don't know what's inside, but it's applesauce. She knows. It's my 3-year-old. She just wants some applesauce. You're gonna eat it with a fork?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm making videos. She's gonna be quiet, but you might hear her. Anyways, wave 3 here. Wave 3 right here. Let's put wave 1. Let's try to be a little bit more accurate. All right. We're gonna make one more video, then we're going to the park. Okay. Okay. From these lows here. Okay. Yeah. So I want to be pretty specific. I want to be very, very accurate so that we're fine tuned here. Okay. That looks pretty good. Okay, I'm okay with that. So where these lines are, again, wave 1 is the smaller one, wave 3 is the larger one. We assume that wave 5 will be something in between here. Now the thing is, wave 5 can be the largest wave. Typically wave 3 is, but wave 5 can be the largest wave. There's no rules against that. But typically, again, wave 3 is the largest wave. So I would assume something between this area is what we would see. Okay, so now that we have that drawn on there, that's plotted. Let's do another thing where we take this high to low. We'll take these fib extensions and see if anything lines up with this, okay? Because I don't assume that Pudgy Penguins is going to go lower. High here to low there. You've got your 3618 golden extension all the way up at about, that's at about 16.7 cents. You're at 3.5 cents now. So again, the range we're looking for is something between about 13.8 to 17.4 cents. I should have said that. 13.8 to 17.4 cents. You're at 3.5 cents now. Pudgy Penguins is going to be on an absolute tear. And I think that yesterday, if we're looking at this on a daily time frame here, yesterday is a clear sign that you found your low. That's a bullish as hell candle right there. 18% up. Most cryptos did not do that. That's the most volume that you've seen since, hey. That's the most volume that you've seen since the end of July. Don't do that, okay? Just wait. I'm almost done. I promise. Okay.
Okay.
Just sit right there, and then we'll yeah. I just don't want her to get on camera because there's some real wackos out there, man. You know. Anyways, what else here? You know, you had the same kind of reaction back here whenever you moved up. But just the thought again, I think that we are beginning this move, and I really do think that even though you're down 2.5% today, you're going to see something on the lines of, let's see, from the current price, from the current price to up there, that's going to be anything from like almost a 4X, a 3.9X, to basically a 5x move. Yeah, a 4 to 5x endeavor is coming your way, Pudgy Penguins. Okay, so that's nice to see, and that lines up with some areas that we have, right? The money zone, the 2886, 3113, and even the 3618. Wave 5 could be smaller than wave 1, but typically wave 1 is the smallest wave. And in these correction waves, waves 2 and waves 4, wave 4 is typically the smallest wave. So this, it just from a structural standpoint, it all looks really good. If we take this high to low, I'm just curious to see what extensions come up with that there. The 3618, 3786 as well. That is better encapsulated by this range that we have. Perfect. Ideally getting above 14, maybe even 15 cents, it looks like, for Pudgy here. If we're taking this, do I want to take this high? I want to take this high. This high to low here. Let's just see if it's respecting the fibs. That's a perfect tip off the golden ratio. I think we got the right fib here, you guys. And you're finding resistance right there. Yeah, this is just like day one madness on Bybit. So this high here to this low, your 1414 is right here. And a little fun fact about the 1414, okay, typically with this extension, you don't stop right at it, you go just above it. And what's just above it? That range. What do I mean by just above it? I mean, you could wick like that. You could wick a little bit more than that, you know, who knows, something like that. But I with this 1414, I would doubt that we go all the way up to 17.4 cents. It's not impossible, but when I say wick just above it, you don't typically go between the 1414 and the 1618. You don't go in that mid zone there. But typically it doesn't mean you can't do it. I like it. No matter what fib we're drawing, and this is probably the most significant one here so far with a lot of respect on it, and these ones are also still pretty significant. No matter what we're drawing, there are target areas up there that make a whole lot of sense. So again, looking at this from a daily perspective, not only do we have the price projections, but we also have the time frames, right? If we go back here, we go way back to where we have these lines. Look at this. If we follow the same pace as wave 1 or wave 3, the time frame here would be that we end in September all the way up at this area, which makes sense because I really do think it's going to be the end of September that a lot of these cryptos have their next kind of topping off point. Now that doesn't mean that we're dead in the water after that, right? But that just means that we'll probably consolidate again. I would think that we consolidate for a similar amount of time as to here, if not even as to here, right? So something that's over a month, if not multiple months long, of consolidation for Pudgy Penguins. Going into the end of the year, you'll start to really rally. But yeah, that's awesome. You've got a lot of growth to go. If we're looking at this on a daily time frame, daily RSI looks immaculate. It looks phenomenal. Higher lows overall, getting overbought, deep in the overbought zone, not even getting oversold. It's beautiful. Stochastics, they kind of look ugly right now, but that's okay. The MACD is beautiful right here, guys. You want to see this kind of scooping of the zero and bouncing here. That's perfect. This is actually a very powerful signal. I think it's going to promote very powerful results. And again, you should see something that's pretty damn akin to one of these moves here. If we're looking at this on the 4 hour, let's do some short-term stuff and then we'll wrap this up, okay? Actually, let's look at the 1 hour time frame here. 1 hour, yeah, the 1 hour looks bullish too. We just want to maintain this look. I think that you will. I think that you'll turn around from here and go up. MACD kind of looks bearish and the stochastics look bearish. Maybe you come down a little bit. You're at 3.5 cents now. Maybe you come down to about 3.47 cents, but nothing too crazy, right? And then you come up. Even if you go a little bit lower than that, I mean, hell, you could go all the way down to 3.4 cents itself and you're fine. The RSI, I think, looks great on the MACD, or on the 4 hour. You're getting overbought. You're having a hell of a time getting oversold, but you have no problem being overbought, I think. Stochastics look good. The MACD is crossing above the zero. All good things. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing continues to fly going over the weekend here, and especially going into the end of this month of August. You know, you've got this, beyond everything else, you've got the very simplistic pattern right here, right? This nice bull flag shape right there, right? And that bull flag measure move, anybody going off that, I don't know, would you draw it from here or would you draw it the way that I drew it? I feel like I normally am conservative. I would draw it from here, but perhaps, you know, from a low all the way up here, maybe that's the way to draw it. And again, that would just be taking your wave 3 measurement and putting that up there. That would give us a 14 to 17.4 cent price essentially in that area there. So that's where I think we're going to go. I don't have anything else that I want to say. 4 to 5x from here. It's like a 3.9 to a 5x move expected from here between now and the end of September. Hit the like button, you guys. Subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one, okay? Take care. Bye-bye.